thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes.
Do you think that worked?
Hello, Frida. I do think that worked. This is super weird. You're like 15 feet away from me now in our new studio. So you're going to sound like you're across the galaxy from what's happening. I'm so confused right now, but I'm going with it. We are at Unblinded HQ with our reconfigured studio. Bella Vrita, it is the Heart of Influence Esme style. And Bella Vrita, do I sound further away, different, or weird, or just like coming from me? And who's here?
You do look like, because they also are like, we get all these different angles of you. So now it's not just you head on. We were just looking at you from like the side. So there's like all of these angles going on. But when the close-up team, if they're listening, like with you right now, when it's like you in the close-up, the lighting is not great. You look dark. All the other ways, it is, like that lighting is great. We could see you, but yeah, you are definitely far away. When you get the close up, then you go dark. So there's some feedback for the Heart of Influence, or for the production team, and that'll be super fun.
Highly visual. So Bella, keep giving the team feedback. And who is here on Esme's Heart of Influence? I'm not even sure why we did all this, but okay. Yes.
First up, we got from Scottsdale, Arizona, 22 years of physical therapy expertise, specializing in rehab, pain management, and tailored long-term mobility solutions, combining hands-on clinical excellence with cutting-edge innovations in manual therapy and movement science for lasting transformation. Widely respected for leadership, patent-centered approach as a professor and mentor, shaping the future of PT as a whole. Let's welcome to the show, Drew McCasey.
Drew, warm welcome to Esme's Heart of Influence. And Drew, Plato, the Greek philosopher, said, play a game with me for an hour and we will learn more about each other than if we speak for a year. So Drew, we kick this game off with a fun fact. It could be anything that's a headline, adventurous moment, proud moment, shocking moment, scary moment, anything, Drew, that would make us say, true.
No way.
So Drew, please, what is your headline fun fact?
We actually just about a year and a half ago opened up the Bob Bove Neurological Center here in Scottsdale, which we did not have a neurological rehab center. So it was really good to be a part of.
Awesome. Well, love that. Congratulations on all that you're doing in Scottsdale. Bella Vrita, I think I'm going to do a Scottsdale fun fact. So please, Bella Vrita, you got this outstanding G-Hit, pro-driven, heart-centered, tennis-first committed to mastery, named Drew. Who else is here?
And I totally missed, what was Drew's fun fact?
That he's got a facility in Scottsdale, the first of its kind, in neurology, but I'm going to go with the Scottsdale fun fact in a little bit.
All right, let's do it. Next up, we've got from Murata, California, 20 years in construction, leading crews and building, now specializing in training, nutrition, and natural medicine and men's hormonal health, emerging from addiction and self-focused lifestyle to one centered on faith, healing, and service. Personal trainer, wellness coach, and nutritionist, helping men and women become the best version of themselves. Let's welcome to the show, Daniel J.
Daniel, warm welcome to Esme's Heart of Influence. please, your headline fun fact.
I'm a 6'3" muscle-bound softie.
Outstanding. That is absolutely true. And what makes you think, Daniel, that you're a softie?
My heart is just to help, and I cry with my kids at all their movies that they watch.
And what's the last movie what you watched with your children that you cried at?
Oh, Frozen.
Nice. Let it go. Bella Rita, let it go.
Let it go.
Who's quoting Daniel? As we build snowman, we let it go. Hang out with Kristoff and Sven and if Elsa and Anna and oh yes, the entire crew, please.
The entire crew. Love it, Daniel. That is beautiful. Next up from Houston, Texas, state-of-the-art center combining red light, ozone sauna, and vibrational acoustic therapy for total mind-body optimization, transformational wellness events, blending biohacking, lymphatic drainage, and integrative recovery into an unforgettable experience, a high-performance lifestyle model guiding leaders from stress and stagnation to peak vitality and clarity. Let's welcome to the show, Tarek Salty.
It's Tarek's.
Tarek, yeah. Thank you, Bella.
Tarek, sorry, I apologize, Tarek.
Thank you, Tarek. Warm welcome. And your headline fun fact, Tarek.
When I'm not running my wellness center, I'm out in nature, learning foraging and keeping to my bees.
Bella Tarek likes to forage. So she is a headline forager. So this is a headline fun fact. Bella, let's do some foraging with Esme and Tarek. And warm welcome, brother. Who else is here?
I'm not even sure what foraging means, but I think it has something to do with bees and like, I don't know, maybe making them make honey or something. That's what I'm guessing. But we'll get, maybe you can teach me that in a little bit. Next up, we have from Salt Lake City, Utah, dedicated to helping women reverse the negative effects of birth control through tailored nutrition, strength training, and holistic hormonal support. Certified nutritionist, personal trainer, and hormone health specialist, guiding hundreds of women towards sustainable wellness, leads a vibrant community empowering women to achieve lasting weight loss results, balancing hormones, and renewed confidence. Let's welcome to the show, Amanda Barker.
Thank you so much, Bella.
Yeah, warm welcome to the Heart of Influence, Esme Style. Your headline fun fact, please, Amanda.
Yeah, well, in my 20s, I was a champion IFBB bikini competitor, and I was a professional dancer. And it taught me a lot about extremes in my body and how to balance back from those extremes. And now I'm a lot more about soul nourishing food and really loving my body in all shapes and sizes and forms. A lot more than I am about having a six-pack and a fake tan. So it's been a beautiful journey.
Well, Amanda, congratulations on your journey. Bella, I think I'm going to join the bikini contest circuit. And come on now. Let's go, Bella Rita.
As long as I get to design your bikini, I am all in. All in. Next up from New York, certified elite performance coach, genetics-based program designer, specialist in strength and conditioning, fitness and nutrition, and U.S. Army veteran. Thank you for your service. Partnered with communities to design strategies rooted in mindset, mission, and well-being. A trusted advisor to visionary leaders guiding a belief in physical health fuels mental clarity, resilience, and lasting success. Let's welcome to the show, Darnell Woodhouse.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me. My fun fact is, do you know that not exercising has the impact as smoking a pack and a half of cigarettes a day?
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah. It's equivalent to smoking a pack and a half of cigarettes a day, not exercising.
Wow.
Bella Rita, stop smoking. I keep telling you, you keep asking me for cigarettes. Darnell, thank you for that and your service to our country. Bella Rita, no more smoking.
No more smoking. And I just picked up another carton today. I don't know what I'm going to do with it.
Oh, man. Exercise.
Yes, I'm gonna go. I'm definitely exercising after this as well. So that is awesome. Thank you, Darnell and Sean. This show was made possible by one extraordinary lady. I would like to introduce her to you, please. She is coming all the way from Graz, Austria. I think we were there once. Retired from managing hotels all over the world in Europe, Dubai, and US for the last 12 years, led on a path of self-discovery, identity, and purpose, finding herself aligned with helping others heal their own body, mind, soul connection. A personal trainer, health coach, and intuitive holistic practitioner, training and actualizing people into living a healthier, wealthier lifestyle. Coaches individuals all over the world, US, Europe, and Africa, in person and virtually. Let's welcome to the show, Esme Collins.
Esme, growth-driven, heart-centered, integrous woman who is absolutely committed to mastery. And yes, she's across the pond. Esme, thank you for putting all these fine folks together today in your headline fun fact.
Awesome. And thank you. And I'm loving the new setup. Can I just say that?
Don't be brown-nosing Michael Johnson.
My 30-second fun fact is, well, back in 2020, I got certified for scuba diving. And on my third dive, the current was so strong that I literally crashed into a turtle.
Oh.
Turtle crash. And where was that, Esme?
That was in Playa del Carmen.
So Playa del Carmen, the beaches in Mexico, one of the only places I've ever gone scuba diving, and also saw graffiti. And I'm not making fun of it. It was an interesting experience walking down the beach in Playa del Carmen. Yes, Esme, shall we do the things?
Yes, let's do the things. I'm excited.
I'm going to introduce the other one who's been doing the introducing. This woman began her career in influence as an 8-year-old selling crafts on her parents' front lawn. She progressed to being a 7-figure business generator in the space of network marketing by the time she was 19 years old. 7 figures, network marketing teenager, doesn't go together except with this woman. Then 24, 25, 26, she's three-peating like Michael Jordan, except not in hoops, but instead as Nevada's #1 business broker. Then, oh, by the way, she was the youngest person, male or female, ever to do it. First woman ever, all in that male-dominated industry, and beat all the dudes as the youngest person. She then began to train Fortune 500 companies and entrepreneurs. In fact, in 2019, every sales team she worked with doubled their sales. She's a skier, surfer, scuba diver, adventurer. Today, I think it's YouTube that taught her, but in fact, it's a blind man. And then she was an 8-figure philanthropist, raising that in 2+ years with the Unblinded team, who in 2023 is a 2-time, about to be 3-time published author, publicly battled and defeated cancer. Let's welcome to Esme's Heart of Influence, the woman who in her 1,700th plus episode, yes, of this show, 1,700th plus episode, put the heart in the heart of influence of Esme's, the one, the only, Bella Rico. Bella, you can be mad at me, but I still love you, and I'm still announcing you in all the most beautiful ways. Bella, read your fun fact.
I'm gonna go with the fun fact of this is a cool new studio that we have. I have not been in it, but I have co-hosted over 1,800 episodes of this very show with 8,000 guests. And I look forward to the next time I get to be in studio with all the fancy lights and camera angles. Because now, like, with this new camera angle, Sean, like, if I'm, like, you know, poking you or elbowing you, people are going to be able to see this. So it's going to be way more fun.
I am sure. I am absolutely certain, Bella. So, Bella, from that place, let's go.
Let's go. Let me introduce my co-host, the man that Tony Robbins said, there's no one who leads with more heart and more integrity than Sean Callaghy. He beats world champions like Bet Key at body surfing competitions. He is only one of 2 attorneys to win 2 top 100 national jury verdicts between 2014 and 2016, and the only one that's blind out of 1.2 million attorneys. In fact, the state of New Jersey actually named him one of New Jersey's most influential attorneys. He has spoken on stages such as Disney, T-Mobile, Salesforce, Tony Robbins 18 times. And when he's not busy flying around speaking on stages, he is an incredible philanthropist that raised nearly $10 million for charities in 2 years. Let's welcome to the show, the one, the only, Sean Kennedy!
Ella, thank you, Esme. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. Yes, I often note the fact that I'm a blind man that has taught sighted people to ski, surf, and scuba dive in the most extreme of conditions, including, of course, the one and only magical Bella Verita. But what I'm going to go with today is that, yes, I'll go with my Scottsdale fun fact, is that living in Scottsdale, after having almost killed like 18 baseball players who were 16 years old at the time, as we were climbing Camelback Mountain without enough water, I had the privilege of being the top jury verdict creator as lead counsel in Arizona's largest jury verdict in about an 8-year period, living in Scottsdale, litigating in that case in Maricopa County in the Phoenix courthouse. So, yes, a top 100 national jury verdict, the largest of its kind in Arizona for much years. That's what we're talking about.
That sounds super fun, Sean. Now, I will tell you 2 things is I think we're picking up audio from The Office. And then 2, with all of these new camera angles, if you have a hair out of place, people are going to see that. Because they're like, no shit. Now, yes, now it's showing your full head. I think there's like one hair that's like back into the right that is out of place. I'm not so sure if we're even going to be able to continue the show with that hair out of place.
No.
Now, that's all he's going to be thinking about, and if he's about this hair that's out of place.
And Michael Johnson said, no, Bella, that's what she does. She's a troublemaking, chaotic, demonic figure sometimes. So Bella, Verita, let's go.
And your hair is absolutely perfect, Sean. You do not need to run to the restroom. There is not a hair out of place. But if there were, we would be able to see it now. So, how about we kick this fun show off with Daniel, Sean?
Daniel, Bella Verita is evil sometimes. So Daniel, we kick this thing off with the fun fact. Now, Daniel, we're moving into the real meat and potatoes of what we're doing here. What we're doing here is we're exploring the superpower of integrous influence. So to illustrate this, you, Daniel, like the 8,000 folks that have played this game before, will be going from hello to yes on any topic you want with Bella Verita. It could be a situation where she's an ideal client. She could be a charitable fundraising partner. Heck, she could be somebody famous like Oprah Winfrey or Warren Buffett. Anybody you'd like her to be. Here's the deal, though. We're not looking at pitch, hook, close. This is substance over form. Integrity, like when a yes should happen. Yes does not have to be a sale. It does not have to be a sale. It could just be a yes for a longer conversation about anything. So Daniel, who would you like Bella to be that you're going from hello to yes with?
Yeah, let's go for a client looking for personal training
Bella
and wellness.
Personal training, wellness. Please, Bella, take us in.
All right. Hello, this is Bella.
Hey, Bella, how's it going? It's Daniel. Thank you for your time today. What seems to be going on with you in general, health-wise, wellness-wise? Kind of walk me through your fitness goals for, let's say, the next 6 months.
Yeah, I would say the next 6 months, we're getting into bikini season. I think my biggest challenges are in 2023. I underwent a cancer surgery, which removed all of my lady parts. And so now just like having energy to work out and building muscle, now that I'm on the other side of a full hysterectomy and just, knowing that things are changing and how can I, just have the best shape. I'm going to be 48 this year and really want to, just make sure I'm in the most optimal health for longevity of my life.
So why would that be important to you now?
Like I said, I'm 48. I'm going to be 48 years old this year. And I'm just present to, if the habit doesn't start now, Both my parents are in, 75, 76, and neither one of them exercise. They're, both have difficulty walking, things like that. And I see, other women that are in their 70s and even 80s that are, working out and in great shape and can move fluidly. And I want to be one of those people. And if I don't have the habits and build it now, I know if I don't feel like working out now, I'm sure as shit not gonna feel like it when I'm 80. If it's not a
Yeah.
habit.
So how does your current situation even make you feel, let's say physically, emotionally? Is there anything that's limiting you from pushing forward?
No, I think it's just like time, making the time commitment because I'm pretty good with my fitness. I will work out. I try to exercise daily, even if it's like a walk, but I don't really like push myself. I'm like, I went for a 30-minute walk today. I'm good.
Okay, so if you could wave a magic wand, right? From now until 30 seconds, wave that wand. You're in your perfect shape, mentally, physically, emotionally. What does that look like for you?
As far as like what looks like, what do you like?
So if you could wave your magic wand, right? Obviously, you had that surgery, which was unfortunate. You went past it, you beat it, great. If you could wave that magic wand and physically be exactly where you want, what would that look like for you?
I think I would just I think working out would be something that would be more like a non-negotiable with myself. It's just what I do. Like I drink a lot of water, I work out. That would be, again, it's like I think it's the habit and I'm gonna have to run here soon. But I
So
think
does it
it's just
seem more like lifestyle? Looking to
yeah.
kind of change that lifestyle to be more normal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So you said you had to run. Is there any questions that you have for me now? Can we set up a time to have more of a detailed conversation?
Yeah, I think I got a lot of questions, but I got to run right now. So maybe we could, have an in-person meeting and you could kind of share with me what it looks like and if this makes sense for me right now.
I'd like that. What works for you the next couple days to set that up or in the next week?
How about you come Friday morning with donuts and we'll have it. We'll see how it goes from there. Because I want to be like Esme and I want to power lift some donuts. I want to see how many donuts I can power lift at a time. Instead of putting like weight plates on the end of the barbell, we're just gonna load it with donuts.
Okay, cool. So I have a place that makes actually healthy donuts. They're on like 130 calories with protein. I'll bring you a couple of those.
Fantastic. Protein donuts. Now we're talking. Sean, I want some protein donuts delivered to my door, please.
Let's go get it. And listen, Daniel, outstanding job. We'll get to the feedbackers in a moment, but you made one critical error. I'm sorry, Daniel. You put the word Bella Verita and normal in the same sentence. Bella Verita, who is following up Daniel?
Following up Daniel, we have Drew.
Drew, who's Bella gonna be that you're going from hello to yes with?
Primarily, I would look at like a chronic pain patient where they've been through
She's a chronic pain. So she thinks I'm a much bigger chronic pain. So
are you talking about pain in the butt or like pain?
You're a chronic pain. No, you're a chronic pain. Take us in.
Hello, this is Bella. Can I help you?
Hello, I was notified that you wanted some follow-up on some chronic pain you were having, and I just wanted to...
So she is a chronic pain.
No, because my significant other is the pain. So if you want to remove the pain, you could just remove him and the pain goes away.
That usually
back to being your significant other? Thank you.
So Drew, take us in.
So like with that kind of pain, I'm just talking about the chronic pain patient that has seen 30 different medical professionals and they feel like they've gotten nowhere and they're kind of given up on any further happiness with their health.
I would say, although this may not necessarily be me, my father definitely deals with this. He has been in chronic pain. He was in the Vietnam War. He's in Desert Storm War. And even this weekend, he was in town. We went to 3 different baseball games and just walking, like he was saying how his hip is on fire and nobody can tell him what the situation is.
Yes. So what I would typically do with this person, with your father, is first find out what he's seen before. So how many times has your father seen a rehab specialist?
Probably more times than he can remember.
So has he had any surgical intervention?
Not for his hip. He's had back surgery, but not on his hip. Because they can't figure anything. They can't figure out what's wrong.
Can we further define the back surgery? Was it a laminectomy, fusion? Do you know what
Yeah,
kind
he's
of
got a full rod in his back.
Okay, so they rotted and plated.
Yeah.
Okay. Does he have any residual leg pain from the surgery, where he has like any electric shocks down his legs, anything like that?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Okay. Do you know what kind of physical therapy or chiropractic care or movement therapy that he's had in the past?
I don't, unfortunately.
Okay. So would you describe the activity as like just normal exercise and walking that they worked on, or?
Yeah.
Okay, so did they try to give him like, 7 to 10 exercises and a walking program and things that take about 45 minutes to an hour a day?
Yep.
Okay, so here's what I would recommend from a standpoint of your father is typically when you are seeing somebody getting, that 7 to 10 exercise program, a walking program, do this activity, for the most part, the person didn't do a proper job of fully diagnosing the problem. They're chasing the symptom as opposed to treating the problem. What I would recommend we do is focus on determining the problem, not the symptom, and focus on 2 to 3 exercises that'll take about 10 minutes once or twice a day to correct some of the muscle imbalances that are created by that dysfunction, and then integrate activity into his daily life that he doesn't have to plan for. He just needs to know that when I'm doing this, I need to do it this way, as opposed to spending excessive amounts of time on things. Is that something you think he would be willing to do?
I do think he would be willing to do. Yes.
That's what I've done for the last 17 years in chronic pain with professional athletics through grandma and grandpa after their stroke. And you can usually take care of things with that 10 to 15 minutes. And then again, integrating activities of daily life in a modified way to correct most of those asymmetries that cause the problem.
Well, what do we do to get him on the phone with you?
Typically, all you got to do is give me a call.
All right.
He has to embrace doing it. So if I'm calling him and chasing him, you're not going to get success. He has to be willing to commit to the program, and I don't patient chase.
All right. Well, I will have a conversation with him, and then I will get back to you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Drew. Drew's serious.
He's serious.
He's serious.
Let's go get it. So Bella, let's get to the feedbackers.
Let's get to the feedbackers, otherwise known as judges. Judges, this is the time in the show that we get to give back in the form of feedback. So it's going to be 30 seconds of feedback for either Daniel or Drew, something that they did great, something that they could do to improve, and then what is that next step? Is that next step you'd rather go to the dentist and have a root canal than have a longer conversation with Daniel or Drew? I don't think that's the case on a Monday. So not that fun. Maybe that next step is just like a little mocha chocolate and a little croissante from Starbucks for a little bit longer of a meeting. But if that's not enough time, then how about a private dinner at the Capitol Grill for seafood tower, nice juicy steak, see how long you can spend together. But if that's not enough time and you're like, oh my God, and I need to know more about what Drew's doing, more about what Daniel's doing, then maybe you're willing to rent a private jet and fly anywhere in the world with Daniel or Drew. So let's kick it off with our grounded one. Amanda, how about your 30 seconds of feedback? If you'll unmute for us, your 30 seconds of feedback for Daniel, please.
Hi. Well, my biggest feedback, and this is something that I encounter a lot in my practice, is when a woman comes to me and she's been dealing with any kind of chronic illness, disease, she's very vulnerable. She is very much feeling like I may or may not feel a little bit broken. I feel a little bit, lost or behind because of the struggle that I've had, especially with cancer. And so when you have a client like this, you have to look at it a little bit differently than your standard personal training pitch or push for the close, because you have to acknowledge her vulnerability. You have to say, hey, you know what, like, I'm so sorry you've been through this. Like, that sounds really intense. How do you feel in your body right now? And so to come from a place where she can feel safe with you, because from a woman's perspective, you know, just off the bat, we don't always feel safe with a man talking about these kind of really intimate things. And so it's really important to create that little sense of safety.
Amanda,
Yeah, thank you so much for that. Amanda, deep, clear feedback from Amanda. Feeling a little heart, Bella.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
definitely.
But other than that, you did amazing. Like, absolutely amazing. Like, you knew what you were doing.
Thank you so much for that, Amanda. I'm going to move on to next. We're
Thank
over
you.
the 30 seconds, but thank you so much for that extraordinary feedback. And let's go, Darnell. Darnell, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Drew, please?
Drew did a fantastic job. I loved his approach. He had a mission. He was definitely on target. What I did not like is that he switched from the phone call was with Bella, and then he started talking about your dad, and then started, you know what I mean? I mean, it's good to get, you know, your dad, but get both. Why not get Bella and your dad? And then he kind of closed a little bit too aggressively, you know what I mean? Because somebody could just go somewhere else. So, you know what I mean? So I wouldn't, you know, I mean, like I said, he did a fantastic job. He was very professional. He understood what's going on. He found out what was the problem, identify it. He knew how to solve it. He was definitely someone that, a professional. However, like I said, the way he ended it and switching from Bella to Bella's dad, which was good because you had a bond. You created a bond with Bella,
And so,
right?
Darnell, what would be that next step that you'd want to take with Drew?
I would just say that Drew, just stick with what you came here for. You came here for Bella, you know what I mean? If you get her dad, that's cool too. But you came for what you came for, you know what I mean? So that's what I would do.
What you came for, Bella Frida. It's what you came for. Let's go.
What you came for. Thank you, Darnell. Let's go.
Tarek, yep.
Tarek. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Sorry for that. And how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Daniel, please?
Yeah, Daniel, overall I think it was really positive. You're on the same side of the table for the client, but I noticed you jumped right into it. You know, hey, tell me what's going on. And you know, I don't know, maybe it's a Texas thing, Southern thing, but like, we want to get to know the person. Tell me about your, maybe have some little connection briefly before you get right into a business. I think that, and then I like that you were trying to paint a picture for the person. Like, what would it look like for you if you were, feeling 100%, and I think that's a really good visualization as well. So overall, I think good job.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Tarek appreciates you. Bella Frida, please.
We got Esme. Esme, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Drew, please?
Awesome. I think what I was really present to was your incredible knowledge and your expertise that you accumulated over all these years, and you absolutely know with precision where this the pain comes from. So that was definitely phenomenal. And your question mastery and how you basically asked into the detail and where you need to get to was simply phenomenal.
Awesome. Esme, and your next step would be, and please make it a meal, Esme, because I'm hungry. But what would the next step be?
Actually, let's take a private jet and let's heal some people on the way.
Let's go. And where would the jet be going to, Esme?
Across the pond, for sure.
Where across the pond?
I beg your pardon?
And where across the pond?
Across the pond to the US and back to Europe.
Nice. Let's go, Bella Frida. We're taking a trip with Esme. Esme, you know what time it is. She's a little feisty today. So please, Esme, please make her be nice. Bella, over to you.
Thank you so much, Sean and Esme. So, Esme, as you know, this is the time in the show that I get to put Sean on the hot seat in a scenario that he has no idea about because I always cook them up as the show has been going on. Ultimately, Esme, you get to decide which Hello to Yes Sean goes with today. Are you ready?
I am born ready. Absolutely.
All right. Option number one is I thought Sean could actually role play Amanda going from Hello to Yes with Taylor Swift because Taylor does a lot of dancing and a lot of moving, and taking care of her health right now is super important and why get ahead of the game versus behind the game. So option number one is Sean would be Amanda going from Hello to Yes with Taylor Swift for Taylor Swift to become a client of hers. That is option number one. Option number two is actress Melissa McCartney has, expressed some weight loss challenges and different things like that and has tried some different things. So option number two is Sean would role play Daniel going from Hello to Yes with Melissa McCartney to do some personal training with her. So that's option number two. And then option number three, because I'm just feeling like a celebrity today, is Sean would role play Drew going from Hello to Yes with Lady Gaga, who has expressed that she lives with a great deal of physical and emotional pain. She lives with fibromyalgia, among some other things. So option number three is Sean playing Drew going from Hello to Yes with Lady Gaga. So do any of those scenarios as may tickle your fancy?
Yes, absolutely. Let's go for option number one.
Option number one, Sean will role play Amanda. And then, so then Esme, shall we have Amanda play Taylor Swift?
Sure. Yeah, let's do it.
Amanda, are you up for playing Taylor Swift as Sean steps into the role of you?
I'll do my best. I'll do my best.
Okay, and the yes Taylor Swift from Amanda is what, Bella?
So Amanda, since you were not in the role play seat, would you mind just sharing with Sean like 3 bullet points of, what you think you have most to offer Taylor Swift?
No, for Taylor Swift, well, she's a very stressed woman, so we would have to regulate her nervous system. That's number one. So teaching her self-regulation tactics. Number two, making sure she's getting enough nutrients, because as she's moving and she's performing, she cannot be in a calorie deficit or she's going to suffer. So we have to make sure she's eating at her caloric maintenance at least. And then number three is maybe maintaining a little muscle mass on her to make sure that she has the muscles to support her general health moving on as she ages. So that would be like the top 3 things.
Awesome. So you ready, Amanda?
Ready.
Take us in.
So hello, is Miss Swift available?
Hi, yes, I am.
Hey, Miss Swift, this is Amanda. We had a 3-minute conversation scheduled for today. Is it still a good time for you?
Well, actually, I have to get in my plane pretty soon, but yeah, I can talk for a few minutes.
Okay, and would you like to reschedule? I want to make sure this works for you right now.
I mean, you've got me for 15 minutes before I have to hop into my next flight.
Team said 3. I will honor that, and it's 2 minutes and 45 seconds of counting. So, Miss Swift, you know who you are, and I just want you to know that I know who you are, and I'm so grateful for this opportunity. But what I'm most curious about is what prompted you to even take this meeting in the first place. There's so many choices of people with whom to speak about your health, your vitality, your energy. Why me? Why today? Please, Miss Swift.
Well, I was just really connected to your passion for helping women and your perspective as a woman in addressing things that really often go unaddressed by a lot of health professionals. And I felt very attracted to that as a fellow woman.
Oh, well, thank you, Ms. Swift. And I've read your book, I watched your videos, I've seen many of the podcasts in person, and I'm pretty clear that you are a massively driven human being that's a billionaire, created immense success. But Ms. Swift, what still keeps you going? Like, why do you even want to keep doing all of these things?
Well, as someone who feels that her music is meant to feel representative of a lot of women's experiences, I feel that maybe it's my job to continue sharing that message so that women feel heard and they have a form of art to express themselves through my music.
Thank you for that, Ms. Swift. And from that place, kind of share a couple things that may or may not resonate with your desire to be out there causing things for women in the world.
Yeah. Sorry, say that again.
Yes. Michael, do we have background noise or picking up?
Someone else's mic is open that they're definitely getting in there.
Yeah, let's take care of that. So I was saying, Ms. Swift, back in roll. Ms. Swift, what I would be so grateful for is from that place that you wanted to impact women in the world, can I share a couple things that may or may not resonate with you?
A couple things, yeah.
Yes, perfect. Okay, so Miss Swift, and by the way, just out of roll, Bella, how's my audio? Are you guys hearing me okay?
Might be my audio, to be honest. So, sorry if it's not.
No, it's good. We can hear you clear. It's just not super loud, but we can hear you clearly.
The team needs to be super loud.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely not like loud. Like it sounds like you're talking far away. Yep.
Okay, so apologies for that team. So back into roll. So Miss Swift, what I'm present to, what I'm clear about, is that you need your energy to fill your mission. You need your health, your vitality, all of these possibilities. And there's three critical distinctions that people typically honestly miss in the space of health, energy, vitality. And the first is self-regulation. And you are obviously an empowered woman, but there's still massive amounts of stress that come your way. Crazy people in the public eye, you're this massive public figure. So working on self-regulation. Second is nutrients. And again, these are all things that people talk about, but there's micro distinctions in the space of how you receive, digest, and utilize your nutrients. And again, we'd love to test you against other things that you've done and where I stack up against the folks that have talked about these dynamics previously. And finally, muscle mass. There's not only the dynamics of lifting weights, but how you actually build muscle as a woman. You're still young and vibrant, but as we age at any level, Ms. Swift, it is absolutely critical to have the muscle mass, the nutrients, and self-regulation. When those three things are working, not just well, not just incredibly well, but truly masterfully, it is not a linear increase, but an exponential order of magnitude false multiplier in how you show up, how you vibrate as yourself in the world. So Ms. Swift, from that place, how would it resonate with you or not? If I were to take a plane anywhere that you are in the world on me to do an assessment of your health, energy, vitality, so to build muscle mass, nutrient digestion, and check your self-regulation so you can operate at the level beyond anything you've ever imagined previously. So Ms. Swift, how would that resonate with you or not?
I mean, if you could make it worth my time, that would resonate more than anything.
Yeah. And I know your time is the most precious resource. So here's what I propose, Ms. Swift. If I waste your time, I would make a $50,000 donation to your favorite charity if you think this was not a good use of your time. So with that piece, what say you, Ms. Swift?
I mean, that's undeniable. You've made it a win-win.
Well, thank you. So Ms. Swift, shall I set that follow-up meeting up with your assistant, Tom, that set up this meeting here today?
Yeah, let me get you Tom's number.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that. And anything else I can do for you today, Ms. Swift?
No, that's fantastic. Thank you so much for your help.
Well, thank you for being the inspiration you are. And may we take your work to the world at an even higher level. Have a blessed day, Ms. Swift, and thank you.
Thank you.
And Sean, whatever the team did to change the sound, like just moments ago, like it's night and day. It's like you're on boom now. So whatever
I can hear.
you now, yeah, we can hear you. It was so whatever they did, whatever the team did on just moments ago, that's the ticket.
All right, awesome. And Bella, just always let me know immediately. Please, thank you for that. Amanda, great job. Out of roll, apologies for technical challenges today, team. So sorry for that. But Amanda,
I was too busy checking out your hair. I wasn't really present to the sound.
Amanda, thank you. Amanda, wonderful job as Taylor Swift. Great job for your presence, your energy today. Amanda, how did I do as you? And how was your time today on Esme's Heart of Influence? Please, Amanda.
You did fantastic. I think you were very clear, and that's really important. You got straight to the point, but in a very nurturing way, and that's what I'm all about. So you did fantastic.
Oh, thank you for that. How was your time today on the Heart of Influence?
It's been pretty good. I've learned a lot of new things.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that, Amanda. Much gratitude. Amanda, hope to see you back. Bella Verita, I think we're going to go with Daniel. Thanks for kicking us off in the participant seat. Never an easy place to be, Daniel. Wonderful job sharing your vulnerability, being the role play. And Daniel, how was your time today on Esme's Heart of Influence?
Oh, I loved it. Great feedback. I will definitely be using those and adjusting certain things in those certain times. Amanda, for sure with that. We'll definitely be filing that back away and moving forward with that, and a bit softer at certain times, which, sometimes it's I got to do that. So I appreciate that. Everybody, the corrections, I'm definitely open for those always.
Awesome, brother. Well, thank you, Daniel, for being here today. Great job. And
thank you.
Way to go. Let's go build a snowman. From that beautiful place, let's go with Drew. Drew, thanks for also being that participant seat today. Wonderful work, sir. And Drew, please, how was your time today on Esme's Heart of Influence?
I really appreciate the feedback with the directness, but I also liked the way that you interacted with Amanda on the Taylor Swift, because timing, that narrow time frame when I work with professional athletes, a lot of times you might be just talking to their agent for 10 minutes trying to set something up, and the speed at which you manage that was really good.
Thank you. Appreciate that for sure, Drew. And Bella Verita, please.
Let's go with our other participant, Drew, who did a phenomenal job coming from Scottsdale. Thank you, Drew. And Drew, if you'd like to unmute, how was your time with us
I think
on the
we
Heart
just
of It?
didn't we?
Oh.
Drew just shared, Bella.
Oh, I thought we did Daniel.
No. Daniel and Drew. Daniel and Drew.
Oh,
yeah.
My bad. I'm messing with our AI stuff. So let's go. Tarek. Did I say it right?
Tarek. Yeah.
Tarek, yeah.
Tarek. How was your time with us on the Heart of Influence? Great job in the judge's seat. Thank you.
Oh, it was great. It's always great to reconnect on these super important topics, and sometimes we get lost in day to day, and so sharpening our skills is really important. So thank you, guys.
Tarek, outstanding. Thank you for being here today. And Bella?
Let's go with the man that is not causing me to run out and grab a pack of cigarettes right now. Darnell, how was your time with us on the Heart of Influence?
It was awesome experience. Great feedback. Sean was awesome. He spoke about fitness assessments. He got me sold. I think he's a trainer. Sean is a trainer on the side, is he? But other than that, it was great. Love the knowledge, and thank you for having me.
Awesome. Darnell, really beautiful work. And that brings us to Bella Verita, the woman that brought everybody together. And let's be clear, it's not easy to put humans together. Esme went out of her way, worked incredibly, empathetically, respectfully, precisely, directly, consistently, passionately to bring us all here together today. Beautiful work, Esme. And please, Esme, your final.
Thank you for making this a phenomenal experience. Every single time, Sean and Bella, I mean, I'm just so thankful and grateful for what you're causing in this world. And I'm excited that all of you were able to come together today. And let's take what we've learned today and take it out into the world to cause greater impact.
Thank you, Esme. That's a beautiful statement for sure. And for everybody, we're very grateful that you're here as a parting gift, if you will.
And Sean, just letting you know, since we do have a couple of minutes, I do have Leia's feedback if you would like it.
Sure. Would you guys be up for hearing from our actualized intelligence? And this is for Daniel and Drew, Bella?
Daniel, Drew, and Sean. The guy with the good-looking hair. That's you.
Oh, okay. So, Drew, would you be up for hearing what our actualized intelligence had for you for feedback?
Sure.
Okay, Bella.
All right. So for Drew, So Drew's opening was logic, clinical, and empathetic, but lacked the thunder. He entered in listening mode, asking smart, diagnostic, and layered context, but failed to establish emotional rapport first. The father's pain story, systemic, Vietnam, Desert Storm, spine rods, but it was handled with mechanic tone instead of healer's heart. The truth to pain was gifted. Drew never mirrored it back. No acknowledgement of the heroism. That's insane that your father lived through ... No awe. The heroic, unique identity, 17 years pros to grandparents. That came at the tail end with no framing, feeling like a footnote instead of a banner headline. The solution was credible and grounded, 10-minute routines, symptom versus cause, but lacked the energetic transference, and there was no certainty, no Zeus. The close was clear, but tactical, not inspirational. Score 68 out of 130.
Okay. Thank you for that, Bill of Rita. And I guess you're going to talk about the guy whose hair you keep making fun of. So over to you.
No, then we've got Daniel's. So Daniel, the Hello Open was sincere and warm, but landed soft like a handshake without the grip. Daniel's tone was kind, questions were thoughtful, but he succeeded in opening Bella's heart, and he succeeded in opening Bella's heart space. She shared vulnerably about her hysterectomy, her parents' aging, and desire to build muscle and longevity. Magic moment gold was laid at his feet. But instead of building emotional altitude, Daniel hovered. There was no heroic identity transfer, no framing of what makes him the guide through this journey. It was rapport without resonance. His questions leaned generic, walking, magical wand, general effort, rather than collaborative. Bella gave 9 out of 10 truth to pain share. Daniel missed the moment to shift her from reason to rawness, from goal to legacy. No offer, no call to action or energetic transference. Score is 84 out of 130.
All right. Well, thank you for that, Bill of Rita. And did you have one more or you're complete?
I do have one more from Sean Callaghy. The hello came in with classic Sean heat, a 2-minute, 45-second clinical on framing, status elevation, and heroic invitation. The emotional tonality was reverent yet powerful, bowing to Taylor Swift's significance while elevating the moment, framing her impact on woman, invoking legacy, and making it personal that goddess meets Zeus in collaborative tango. Sean dropped immediate agreement formation psychology. We have 3-minute meeting. Is that still a good time? Then the mirror and ask, why me? Why today? The truth to openness gateway that pulled the reason from Swift's character. What followed was clinical education wrapped in energetic transmission. The 3 distinctions, self-regulation, nutrition use, muscle mass, were delivered with clarity, precision, and contrast. All roads lead to her exponential greatness. Then the close, not just an ask, but an irresistible, integrity-based offer. Fly anywhere, no charge, $50,000 to a charity if it's a waste, not a pitch. That's infutable, energetic, yes, creating say that for me. A lightning rod of value, humility, and challenge. Score 125 out of 130.
All right. Well, thank you, Bill of Rita. So I didn't know Bill was going to do that. Outstanding. This is our actualized intelligence we built. If you all want to get your scores and feedback, we have follow-up conversations with our team. I assure you that there is much, much more depth to that. There's nothing like it in the world, and that's our gift to you for being here. I can't imagine why you wouldn't want that. If you don't, that's cool. But there's nothing like it on Earth. These agents, we have gone out and compared them to agents created by some of the biggest companies in the world. And we have been rated by independent artificial intelligence that is wired to objectively and integrally compare, and been rated thousands of times more powerful and deeper. So if you want a taste of how that applies to you, have a follow-up conversation with our team. Either way, our group influence book is yours, and how to do all the things we're talking about at the most masterful levels in the world. Bella, great job. And your final, please.
My final is I've co-hosted 1,800 shows. We never have what we've had now. The feedback, the AI, it's absolutely incredible. So I definitely have that business acceleration session just to see how you can integrate that into what it is that you're doing, more that you could do together. Wish I had that 4.5 years ago. But Sean, Esme, fantastic job. Everybody, fantastic job. Definitely connect with each other. Definitely take us up in the business acceleration session. And it was a pleasure to meet you all. And Sean, back to you.
Thank you. And in final, we end every show by saying this. First of all, thank you for your time and energy. Esme, for bringing us all together. Bella, outstanding job. And I may be physically blind, which I am, but I'm absolutely certain as to the possibilities for acceleration that sit right in front of all of our faces. With those possibilities sitting right there, the final challenge is we need some unblinding because we're all blind. Bella?
And just learning to see. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you soon. Thank you, guys. Great job. Esme, thank you.